Hey everybody, guess who I have with us today? It is the triumphant return of Rock Doctor Dad. So, the last couple of videos that we have shot, in fact, actually he was in the Wyatt Earp video when we went out to the mine.
Right.
Okay, and that was down in Vidal, California. And then the Rock Doctor family, we took a little trip over to Colorado to see Rock Doctor's son, and you weren't able to go. And what was the reason for that?
I had a broken hip.
Yeah, Rock Doctor Dad decided at 98 to test his bones. His bones lost, so he had a broken hip. But here we are sitting right now at Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area, and I have Rock Doctor Dad with us, and he has walked over here. He has been up walking around, and he is doing a phenomenal job with now just his cane. So he is off of the walker, and he is back onto his cane. So this guy he's just amazing. For 98, he is amazing. At the greatest generation. Enough said. That's all there is to it. The greatest generation. Anyway, we're up here outside of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Right.
And it is heating up to be a little bit of a warm day here in the desert. And here we are out in the Red Rock country of the National Conservation Area, just outside of Las Vegas.
Right.
So you got the drone regulations, and so the point why we're being here is we want to show you that if you get a chance to ever come to Las Vegas, there's more to the town than just the Las Vegas Strip and the casinos and that sort of thing. So if you are into nature and you want to see a little bit of the world around Las Vegas, the Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area is a phenomenal place to come, as you can see in the background back here. And today we're specifically, because it's about 107 out right now, and here we are sitting in the sun filming this. But we are going to go up and we're going to take a look and investigate a couple of petroglyph sites up here. So if you're interested in nature, conservation areas, the geology right around Las Vegas, and Native American petroglyph sites, this place has it all for you. My recommendation would be to come when it's a little bit cooler. So, but I mean, it's not too bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
And if you have a little bit of water with us,
Yes.
you have water?
Yes.
Okay, so you got water, and we got no more broken bones.
Nope.
So he's good as new. So we're going to mosey on up the road, and we're going to get the drone up in the air, hopefully, and we'll be able to see the conservation area, and then you're going to be able to see, I hope, stay tuned, you're going to be able to see exactly how close we are to Las Vegas, which is literally right on the city limits. So this place is literally right next door to Las Vegas. So we're going to go up here, take a look at some petroglyph sites, take a look at the aerial view of this place. We're going to take a look at how close we are to Las Vegas, and then anything else interesting along the way. What do you say?
I think that's a good idea.
I think it's great, and you know what?
Yes.
It is wonderful to have you back up walking around.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, join us down the road. We've stopped at the visitor center for the Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area. So this is the visitor center. And over here, you can really see, this is pretty impressive, just right outside of Las Vegas. In fact, if I were to turn around and face the opposite direction, the city is literally right behind me. So we are here just outside of the city limits. And this sign is no lie. The Mojave Desert is nothing to fool with. It is a small desert, but it is the nation's driest desert. Looks like the desert willows are in bloom. along with the honey mesquites. So the honey mesquite is in blossom as well. And if you have allergies, this is just the tree that will just spark them. These yellow blossoms every year. Oh, my eyes water, my nose stuffed up. And of course, we have a heat warning today. It's supposed to be pretty close to 107 to 110. And we are prepared.
Thank you. There you go. Oh, cute. Not very many of those guys left. No.
Okay, we're heading out today to take a look at some petroglyphs that are in the Red Rock Canyon Conservation Area. But just in case we miss them, there are some in the visitor center. So I just wanted to show you, this is what we're heading to, and there's a terrible glare in the window. Let me see if I can get that out. So hopefully we're going to get some out onto the desert here, and we'll be able to see them right up on the cliff face. So let's take a look at what we can find out in the canyon. Here at the visitor center is the Red Rock Canyon Dedication Walkway, and in here all the bricks have names on it, and then I'll show you a couple of other little tributes that are in this little walkway area. So this is what the walkway looks like. Names on the bricks and memorial. Here's the September 11th memorial. All of the bricks associated with the September 11th disaster. Another memorial for September 11th here at Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area. All right, today we're going to actually step back into the time of dinosaurs. So everybody out there by now has heard of Jurassic Park. Well, we're actually in Jurassic Park, the namesake of Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area. The red rocks are exposed right behind me. That's the Aztec Sandstone. The Aztec Sandstone is of Jurassic age. So Jurassic age, time of the dinosaurs. Now, there's not a lot of footprints or fossils that have been found in here because of how these formed. But there have been pterosaur tracks that have been found in the Aztec Sandstone. Now, geologists take a look at this, and they take a look at everything there is about the rocks to try to figure out how were they deposited. This is actually old sand dunes. And the way that we can tell that is if you take a look right below the red rocks in this kind of this yellowish, tannish, reddish color, whitish colored rock is what's known as cross bedding. And you can see the layers going in all different directions. That was actually deposited as wind blows. So it's called cross bedding because as the wind shifts, the sand is migrated this way, and then the wind will blow from a different direction, the sand is migrated this way, and so it creates these crosshatch patterns in the rock. So this sedimentary rock layer here was deposited as ancient sand dunes 180 million years ago. And then in the skies, pterosaurs. And occasionally they would land and leave their footprints. We're on our way to get some drone footage of one of the most significant geological features in the area, the Keystone Thrust Fault. The fault is part of a larger group of faults that began to develop about 65 million years ago, about the same time the dinosaurs became extinct. A thrust fault is a fracture in the Earth's crust produced by compressional forces, such as one piece of crust being pushed over another piece of crust by tectonic forces within the Earth. This results in the older rocks being shoved directly above the younger rocks. at Red Rock Canyon, the 500 million year old gray limestone from the bottom of an ancient ocean has been pushed over the 180 million year old tan and red Aztec Sandstone. It's just a short trip down the road to Willow Springs, the location of the petroglyph and pictograph panels. We've made it to the petroglyph panels, and this is the petroglyphs that are located in Red Rock Canyon Conservation Area. And these are thousands of years old. Meanings have probably been lost through time, but they are definitely interesting to look at. Now, what's interesting, the petroglyphs are pecked into the rock, and the black that you see is called desert varnish. It's actually manganese dioxide. The manganese leaches out of the sandstone as it gets wet. Now, it doesn't rain very often in the Mojave Desert, but when it does, water rushes off the tops of these sandstone units, and over many, many, many years, the manganese is leached out of the sandstone and creates this black layering called desert varnish. And if you peck into it, as you can see, they last for thousands of years. Exposed right in the center of the video, and I'll put an arrow down to it. There is a pictograph here, 100% created by basically painting a design onto the surface. Now, these were not pecked in; these were actually painted on, and the coloring is actually an iron oxide. And because we're in red rock country, the iron actually comes from grinding up basically the red rock and getting the iron pigment out, and then mixing it with like animal fats or saliva or even egg yolks, and you can actually paint it on the rock. And because it's under an overhang, it has been protected for thousands of years. And there you have it. That is a pictograph.
Found these while I was just out here walking around.
We're coming up on one of the pictograph panels now, and right in the center of the video you'll be able to see a whole series of handprints, and I'll put an arrow on them so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now, these are not petroglyphs, these are pictographs, and the difference is petroglyphs are pecked into the rock. Pictographs are painted on the rock. Pictographs are thousands of years old and were probably created by the southern Paiutes and their ancestors. On the way out to see the petroglyph panels here at Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area, we ran across this little interesting little feature. This is an agave roasting pit created long ago, centuries ago, by the southern Paiute. What they would do is they would harvest the root of the agave, which kind of looks like a big potato. They would dig these massive pits, and they would put a fire in the bottom of the pit and then line it with rock, limestone in this particular case, and then they would bury the agave roots in there on top of the coals, and then they would completely cover this thing over, and they would let the agave roots roast. And then eventually, I mean, this thing is huge, so it would be a lot of agave roots. And then after the roasting took place, they would redig this whole thing up, and they would have a bountiful supply of cooked agave root, which at that point they could eat. They could grind it into meal. They could make a flour out of it, all sorts of things. The agave is a really very versatile plant. So this is a huge agave roasting pit created by the Southern Paiutes. This gray rock that you can see, this is limestone. This is what the Southern Paiutes would have lined the agave pits with, and it is everywhere around here. This limestone would have been deposited in the bottom of an ancient shallow sea. Well, thanks everybody for coming along on our little adventure today to Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area.
Beautiful.
It absolutely is beautiful. And you know what? It's fantastic to have you back in the videos and up walking around again. So I'm glad that you were able to join us today out here out just outside of Las Vegas.
Yes.
So, I mean, that literally, for those who don't know, if you've never been to Las Vegas is a big metropolitan area, and literally we are probably 10 minutes, 15 minutes off of the 215 up in the mountains. I mean, you literally could be here within 15 minutes after leaving Las Vegas. So you have a complete urban area, and then literally 15 minutes away, you have this outstanding, beautiful location right behind me. So it is just amazing. So what about that Aztec Sandstone? Have you ever, that red color is pretty amazing.
Beautiful, yes. In fact, I tried to get a big rock and she wouldn't.
No,
carry it
it's
for me.
you're in a national conservation area. You
I
cannot
know.
take things out of here, Pop.
That's what she said.
Yeah, so everything is exactly where you're supposed to be, and that's where it's supposed to stay.
Yes.
All right. So, and then we just got done taking a look at the pictographs.
Wow.
So, and those things are thousands of years old. It's amazing. I mean, it's a good thing that the desert doesn't get a lot of rain, because I don't know if they would have lasted for thousands of years in a wet environment. So, but here in the Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area, you can come out here, you can see a Las Vegas show in the evening. The next day you can come out and you can be transported back to the Jurassic 180 million years ago, and then you can see agave pits, and you can see pictographs and petroglyphs all in the same trip. Absolutely
Fantastic.
amazing. Yes.
Yeah, fantastic.
So with all that being said, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. 96% of the people who watch our videos, and we really appreciate it. Trust me, we really appreciate it. But you guys aren't subscribed. So just hit that subscribe button. It's free, and we put out videos as often as we possibly can. And we got Rock Dr. Dad back to give us a little bit more insight for our videos. So make sure you hit the thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, leave us a comment about what you thought was your most intriguing thing about the Red Rock Canyon Conservation Area. And if we get a lot of comments, maybe we'll make another trip. There's just a lot left in here to see. I mean, we only touched a little bit of a surface, but it is getting warm. So it's pretty close to about 101 right now. So it's getting kind of hot. So, but we can make a second trip. It's not that big of a deal. So thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and until next time, don't take a trip, let the trip take you. We'll be seeing you on down the road.
We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine.